The theme of the Business Today MindRush event is VUCAnomics. So volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. Does it at some level irk you, bother you that each time it seemed like the Indian economy's jet was set for takeoff, something happens which is so beyond our control, whether it is the pandemic, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, rising inflation, interest rates, which kind of create this doubt and uncertainty which definitely slow down the speed of India's ascent?
Well, it's that story. You remember in 2013 at the FICCI Flow event, which had become very, very popular at that time. Prime Minister Modi had spoken about the glass half full and the glass half empty. It's pretty much the same story. We can either look at this as a problem or we can all collectively look at this as an opportunity. When the world is going through turbulent times, bear in mind, A, we have sufficient food grains, so we have reasonably good food security. B, we are pretty much well sorted in terms of addressing the challenges of the COVID pandemic. C, between the Federal Bank, the Central Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India, and the government, we've been proactive in tackling the issues as they came along, particularly related to inflation. So while inflation in Europe or America may have gone up from 1 or 2% to 8%, our inflation is still at reasonable levels relative to what's happening in other parts of the world and the growth that they've seen in inflation. India has seen double-digit inflation for years and years before 2014. Because we've had a great 8-year run, we've actually forgotten what inflation looks like. And for the first time when we see 7%, I don't think we need to be hassled about it. We need to all collectively work towards it. I'll give you a simple example. The steel industry. Now, it was superheated, which could have affected growth. The prices were so high, it could have affected our infrastructure projects and could have actually slowed down growth and become a problem for many years. So when we had a dialogue with the steel industry, particularly the main principal players, they were very forthcoming, very accommodative, very understanding that a short-term pain is better than allowing the Indian economy to slide and get down into a 4-5 year tumble. And that's the beauty and that's the spirit in which today the government and industry works as partners, understanding how we should grab every opportunity, making small sacrifices for greater returns in the long run. And I'm particularly not very, I'm concerned certainly, but I'm not somebody who is a pessimist about the future. In my humble opinion, this is the opportunity for all of us to grab. This is the time when I think each one of us may take a short-term haircut if required. But look at grabbing market share, look at greater exports, where other countries are stressed. So let's say there's inflation for X product in the US. I would possibly go and capture that market. This is the time, even if I don't make too much money. So this is my personal view. I don't know what each one of the business leaders here thinks. This is the time. Please don't lose a single opportunity.
You speak so